Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the instant match reaction. Wolves won, Everton won. Quite frankly, a terrible, terrible game. Um, a lot of people will feel like they've just wasted their Saturday night or Saturday afternoon if you're in America or wherever you are. That was absolutely dreadful. I think that's possibly the worst game we've seen Everton play under David Moyes. We've seen some bad performances this season. A lot of them were based on how we were set up and players' confidence. Today, we were just dreadful. I will happily take a point from that game based on the performance. Don't get me wrong, before the game, we're looking for 3 points, and really we should be looking for 3 points against a poor Wolves side. But we were dreadful tonight. Let's get it right. We were dreadful. There's no dressing that up. Everyone looked a yard off it. Everyone looked like they'd been away on a week's jolly rather than a week's training camp. It was so poor, and it was so frustrating as well. Even though I suppose for us there's not loads riding on the game, but it was so frustrating because it was like you could see things happening in front of your eyes, and it was like the players can't see those moments happening. And don't get me wrong, we didn't get away with anything tonight because Wolves showed their level. Without Cunha, they're a very poor side, and really they only had to make Pickford make, I think, a save in each half. Really, one from the corner in the first half and one in the second half. So they haven't really made us do much. But that's the more frustrating thing, isn't it? That the game is there, and if you played any kind of level, you can pick up three points. But we were so poor all over the pitch tonight. Defenders making mistakes. Midfield, I thought the midfield, after a sort of decent, maybe opening first 5-10 minutes, the press was all over the place. I thought the press was an absolute mess. It kept on just getting far too advanced and then getting bypassed too quickly, and that left them with so much space to run at our midfield, at our defense, and you can see that for the goal. And on another day against a better team, we would have been put to bed quite easily. So at least it was one of those where you look at it. The positive is we've had an off day against a poor side. That is the benefit. And I tell you one thing: normally when we have an off day against a poor side, that poor side takes full advantage. And Wolves didn't, and they might kick themselves a little bit today looking at that, thinking that was a really good opportunity at home against the Everton team that didn't really show too much. Maybe in the last 15 minutes when Alcaraz came on. So it was just in general poor. The forward line, it didn't stick. I thought Decore looked miles off. Beto, apart from the one shot, was never in the game at all. He just couldn't get hold of the ball in the first half, and in the second half, it just wasn't even getting to him. Till Alcaraz come on the pitch. And I think Alcaraz tonight, what he has done, and there's been a lot of toing and froing on people on Alcaraz and Decore, but I think Alcaraz, what he has done tonight is thrown his hat in the ring to start the game, definitely on Saturday. And that's a plus point, because that's what we want. We want players who come on the pitch and make a difference and maybe change the manager's mind in terms of players, because the team has been picking itself of late, and it has only been that position due to Decore missing a game through suspension and missing a game through the birth of a child. But maybe tonight, Alcaraz coming on, maybe has given the manager a little bit more food for thought. And that's what you have to do when you come off the bench. The other sub, Tim Irabunum, yeah, I'll talk about him in the player ratings. He did not cover himself in much glory tonight. But our goal, the manager asked for the two wingers to do more, to score or get an assist, and one got an assist and the other one scored. There you go. What great management. What great management that is. Don't get me wrong, I thought Jack Harrison was pretty poor apart from that, and I thought Linson was pretty poor apart from that. But at least they've contributed to get a goal tonight, which was what we've asked for. but they have to give us more because I thought they were pretty poor. And as I said, listen, I'll take a point because we were dreadful. We were absolutely dreadful, and you can't lose sight of that. And listen, that's not it. The thing about that is, let's not get away from the fact that this isn't like a good Everton team. This is an Everton team that have been elevated from a really, really low position into picking up the points and pick up maybe more points due to the manager and due to Beto in a really good run. But it's not. It's not a good Everton team. There's loads of positions that can be strengthened. Absolutely loads of positions that can be strengthened. And you saw that tonight, and that's a reminder. That's a reminder of that this Everton team is got the likes of Njai missing, and it's only got one centre forward, and has had one centre forward for the last 5 weeks. And I think Schmidt not coming off the bench tonight again shows that he's not ready, and a manager hinted that at the press conference. We lack quality in the final third. We lack what Njai brings us. Harrison and Lindstrom just don't have that. Certainly Lindstrom from a wide position. And again, we have another week now to get Schmidt and then up to it, and then we have another. Then we have another couple of weeks then again to get players back. So this team, let's not get away from it. Moyes keeps on saying this. He was saying it in early doors about players, and he said it about Armstrong, and he said it Jack Harrison. Armstrong got man of the match today. He said it about Harrison, and he said it about Lindstrom the other day, about they need to start giving more, doing more, scoring more, assisting more. These are not idle threats. This is not the Everton team that will start the season next season. He is pointing to the fact that this is not a good enough Everton team, and it needs better players, and it needs better players coming off the bench, and it needs it can't be making those mistakes, because you make those mistakes against better sides, they will punish you. If we'd been playing a decent team tonight, they would have punished us and they would have beaten us. So maybe it was good that we did play. We got this game out of our system. Against a poor side, and I'm just thankful that they didn't beat us, if I'm honest, because as I said, I thought we were dreadful, and it's always those games where, even though the opposition, I thought they were rubbish, by the way, I thought Wolves were rubbish, they are where they are in the league. I just kept on expecting someone to do something stupid in the box and then get a dead soft penalty or something, really sus and poor, or they had that free kick which nearly bent round the wall when it hit the side net, and something stupid like that. I kept on expecting to go in. But listen, it's another point. At the moment, we've gone above Manchester United. We've got a tough game tomorrow. We've gone above West Ham, who I think got a tough game on Monday. So, and then we play West Ham next week. So we have to be on it next week. And hopefully, as I said, the likes, you look at the bench tonight, Schmidt. Let's hope another week of training might get him ready for it, because Beto was nowhere near the level tonight in terms of just his hold-up play. He didn't get chances because no one made him chances, but I was disappointed by his hold-up play. And it needs someone like Alcaraz on the pitch running with the ball to provide those kind of chances for him, which we saw, and he got the one opportunity. So I don't listen. It's another week. We're gonna have another week, and it's a week closer to Njai coming back, and it's a week closer to other players. Seamus Coleman being a week fitter, Schmidt being a week fitter, and the bench looks stronger tonight. It was a full bench bar one goalkeeper. Now next week it might have another player back. Who knows? It might have a Brozier. I doubt it. But it's a week closer for a McNeil. It's a week closer for a Dominic Calvert-Lewin, because, as I said, after next week, we don't play again until the 2nd of April when it's the Merseyside derby. So, we have to have more players We have to have more players that are available, not just to come off the bench, but to start games, to put pressure on. I hope Alcaraz has sent that's the message tonight to Decore, that I'm ready to start the next game. You weren't good enough tonight, and he did well in a couple of different positions. So it's difficult because I think as well Everton are almost in that little bit of limbo at the moment where we're just trying to get the job done. We're just trying to get the job over the line. I think we have anyway, but we're just trying to get it over the line. Um, and it's you know it would have been nice to get that win tonight just to confirm. I think that would have confirmed it tonight if we'd got the win. Just not confirmed into we're safe. Confirmed in like everyone's heads, so that the manager can start planning um better. But listen, what's that? Was 16 points from the relegation, and now we can. Now we honestly we want to start looking up, don't we? We want to start looking up. Don't and also right. Don't fall into this thing of like, oh, they shouldn't have gone away. Why? All it is warm weather training. All it is warm weather training instead of being at home cold. The warm weather training, and they would have trained twice a day, and the training would have been more intense. All it means is that when they were on their off time, they were on their off time together. Don't fall into this thing of like, oh, we were terrible tonight because we went away for a week. No, listen, if there was no benefit in going away, they wouldn't go away. Do you know what I mean? Just because you don't have an amazing performance after it happens. They didn't play for 10 days. That can be, it's like when we have international breaks, when players go away, the game after the international break is normally poor. It's normally sluggish for both teams because they haven't played for a couple of weeks. So don't get it all like, oh, we shouldn't have gone away. Why? They would have just trained at home the same. You can get more accomplished in warm weather training. It's not like they went to a country where they could exactly like just go on benders for days. They went to the Middle East. It's not like you can go on the ale. So listen, wasn't a great performance. It is what it is. It's another point. It's an and we'll just take it, won't we? We'll take it. The bench, as I said before, the bench, the likes of Schmitty and the likes of Seamus Coleman, they're probably nowhere near ready to be risked. If there's an opportunity or we really need them, then maybe. But the manager's not going to risk them. But the bench still looks stronger. It's better to have. I'd rather have Schmitty and Seamus Coleman sitting on the bench than kids who there's absolutely no chance of them ever getting onto the pitch. At least with a Schmitty and a Seamus Coleman, in a week's time or 2 weeks' time, they might be able to come on the pitch and give you something and affect something. So, as I said before, today was probably, it was Moyes' the team's worst performance under David Moyes, but it was down to the team. It wasn't down to the tactics or the tactics are obviously very similar to the way we've played. Give up possession and then try and hit them on the. I am aware that Abu Dhabi and Dubai are amazing for the lunches. I do get that, but Premier League football players are probably not going there and getting on the lunches, are they? Let's be honest. And they can't just walk into a bar and that's what I'm saying. You know, it's not. I know. I do understand. You can go in hotels in Abu Dhabi and Dubai and get on the ale. I do understand that, but I don't think it was quite. That's what it was. I don't think reckless drinking is tolerated as such, and they have to train every single day. So it is what it is. We were just poor. We were just poor tonight. It happens. It happens. There is loads of ale in Abu Dhabi. You just have to know where. You just have to know where to go. It's in the hotels. They're called brunches. It's same in Dubai. They have these brunches within the hotels. It's a thing, but you're not allowed to drink. There's not pubs, and you can't drink on the street. No, listen. It's a bad performance. We got a point. and we moved up 2 places up the table for 20, well, not even 24 hours. It is the way, it is what it is. It was a stupid kickoff time as well. I don't think that helps. So it is what it is. There you go. I don't think what time is it? It's 20 past 10. I don't think I've got any more to say on this other than when I do my player ratings, which I'm gonna have to, which I will be doing in a minute. It wasn't a great performance. We got a point. We've gone above a couple of teams. If results go our way in the next couple of days, we stay above those teams, and we've got an opportunity to move 3 points away from one of those teams next week in West Ham if they get beat on Monday. So there you go. Let's not lose any sleep. Let's remember that this team isn't a great team, and we are just moving towards the end of the season where we get an opportunity to restructure our football club, which obviously on Friday we saw a big part of that start to happen off the field. So no, I will blame the kickoff time. 8 o'clock on a Saturday night, no time to play football. It's nonsense. You have to remember sometimes footballers, their bodies. It's weird. Can you imagine training at a certain time of day and then going, no, you've got to play at 8 o'clock at night? It is weird. It is a bit weird. It is a bit weird. No, listen, it's not a great for Everton team. Let's not lose sight of that. We've done brilliantly, and let's not lose sight of that either. See, don't. It's just a bad game. Just a bad game. It's not. No one needs to throw their toys out the pram over it or go off on why we're going to the Middle East on training things and all that. It is what it is. We'll take a point. We'll move on to the next one, and that is West Ham next week at home with one of the last games at Goodison Park, and hopefully, as I said, hopefully we're better, because we'll need to be better, because we're playing a better team. Yo, by the way, mate, I'm just gonna bin you because you're a prick. So I'm just gonna bin you forever. So see you later, because you're a prick. Yeah, there you go. That's Yo in the comments. He's a prick and he's been banned. So don't be a prick. That's a lesson to everybody. Yeah. There you go. Right, I'm going. That was rubbish. But do you know what? I've watched this be rubbish loads this season, and we didn't get any from Garvey. And tonight we were rubbish, and we still could have won it at the end. So listen, people you can sound like whatever you want. 8 o'clock kickoffs are shite. Doesn't matter. 8 o'clock kickoffs on a Saturday night are shite. If you like 8 o'clock kickoffs on a Saturday night, then you've clearly never been to a football match in your life. Clearly, if you think that's a good time to kick off, it's a terrible time. Don't be like Yo. That is the lesson for today. Don't be like Yo, because you will be banned from the channel. So, right, I'll see you in the player ratings very, very shortly. See you in a minute. Bye.